4 bidders, 20 train sets, option for 35 more, 320 kilometers per hour, and a contract worth close to 2 billion euros. Poland is running the most competitive high-speed rolling stock tender in Europe right now. And here is the detail that most people outside this industry have missed. The shortlist is already set. 4 qualified bidders, competitive dialogue is running. Final bids land in May 2027. Contract award, August 2027. But the manufacturer who wins this will not be decided in 2027. It will be decided in the next few months, in the conversations happening right now at InnoTrans 2026. In this video, I'm going to break down the full scope of what Poland is buying, who the 4 qualified bidders are, what the technical requirements actually demand, and the one factor that will determine the outcome that almost nobody is talking about. I've saved that for the end. Let's go. Let me give you the full picture. Poland does not have a high-speed railway. The fastest trains in the country today are the Pendolino sets operated by PKP Intercity, 20 train sets capable of 250 kilometers per hour, running on lines designed and built for slower speeds. They are fast by Polish standards. They are not high-speed rail. What Poland is building through the CPK program is something entirely different. CPK stands for Centralny Komunikacyjny Port, Central Communication Port. The official name covers both a new central airport to be built 40 kilometers west of Warsaw and a Y-shaped high-speed rail network that will radiate from that airport hub. The Y network, Warsaw to the airport, then 2 arms, one northwest toward Poznan and Wrocław, and one southwest toward Łódź and beyond. A 3rd arm will run south toward Krakow. The lines are designed for 350 kilometers per hour, faster than any line currently operating in Germany or France. To run trains on those lines, Poland needs new rolling stock, and it is buying it through 2 separate but related procurement processes. The first, PKP Intercity's own tender for 20 train sets at 320 kilometers per hour. That is the contract currently in competitive dialogue. Base value, approximately 580 million euros, 20 trains at 29 million euros each. With the option for 35, the total contract ceiling approaches 2 billion euros. The second, Port Polska.KDP, a new rolling stock leasing company established by CPK on June 2, 2026. Its mandate? Procure HSR, Aero Express, and Regional Express fleets totaling more than 2.37 billion euros and lease them to operators. 2 procurement tracks, the same market, running simultaneously. Who controls it? PKP Intercity for the 20 train tender, Port Polska.KDP, CPK's new leasing subsidiary, for the broader fleet, overseen by the Ministry of Infrastructure and the CPK Government Commissioner. The hard deadline? The Warsaw-Łódź inaugural section of the CPK network opens in 2032 alongside the new central airport. That is a political deadline set by Prime Minister Tusk personally. It will not move. Now let me be precise about what the technical specification actually demands, because the qualification criteria are what define the shortlist, and the shortlist tells you everything about who can win. Speed, minimum 320 kilometers per hour, not 300, not 310, 320. That places this procurement in the same category as the fastest commercial HSR fleets operating anywhere in Europe today. Train length, maximum 202 meters, single set. But, and this is critical, the trains must be capable of operating in double composition, 2 sets coupled together, up to 404 meters. This enables capacity scaling on the busiest routes without needing additional train paths. Capacity, at least 402 seats per train set, 2 passenger classes, a bar or restaurant module, dedicated spaces for passengers with reduced mobility, family zones. These are not optional, they are in the specification. Body structure, aluminum, both the structure and the external clouding. This is a weight and maintenance specification. Aluminum is the material of choice for modern HSR platforms operating at this speed range. Electrical systems. This is where the complexity lives. The trains must operate under 3 different electrical systems: 3 kV DC, Poland's existing network; 25 kV 50 Hz AC, the new CPK high-speed lines; 15 kV 16.7 Hz AC, used in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. That is not a Polish specification. That is a pan-European specification. Homologation. Mandatory. Poland, Germany, Czech Republic, and Austria, 4 countries from day one. Homologation optional extensions: Belgium, Netherlands, France, Switzerland, Italy, Slovakia, and Hungary. Read that list again. These trains are not being bought for Poland. They are being bought for a pan-European high-speed network with Warsaw at the center. Warsaw to Berlin, Warsaw to Vienna, Warsaw to Prague. The specification encodes an ambition that goes far beyond the domestic market. Maintenance. The winning manufacturer must design and build a dedicated maintenance facility in Poland, not supply one. Design and build it from scratch. Then provide 30 years of maintenance services from that facility. This is not a rolling stock contract. It is a 30-year industrial partnership. 4 manufacturers submitted applications by April 2026 deadline. PKP Intercity confirmed the receipt of 4 qualification requests. All 4 have been accepted into competitive dialogue. Here they are. Bidder 1, Siemens Mobility, alone. The Siemens story in Poland has a twist. In January 2026, Siemens Mobility and Polish manufacturer Newag signed a memorandum of understanding. The intention was clear: combine Siemens' high-speed technology with Newag's local manufacturing capacity and Polish industrial footprint. It did not hold. In the final weeks before the April qualification deadline, Newag withdrew from the discussions. The companies failed to agree on the division of scope and industrial responsibilities. Siemens qualified alone. What Siemens brings: the Velaro platform, the backbone of high-speed rail fleets in Germany, Spain, UK, Russia, China, and Turkey, proven at 320 km per hour and above, multi-system capable, already homologated across multiple European countries. But without Newag, Siemens enters this tender without a Polish industrial partner, at a time when the Polish government has explicitly made local industrial participation a stated priority. Bidder 2, Alstom, alone. Alstom has deep roots in Poland. Their Warsaw plant, formerly Constal, manufactures train sets for European operators, including NS in the Netherlands. Alstom's Avelia platform, which includes the AGV and Via Velia Liberty, is their high-speed offer. Alstom also has an existing relationship with PKP Intercity. They supplied the Pandolino sets currently in service. Incumbent relationship, Polish manufacturing, 2 structural advantages. Bidder 3, Talgo, alone. Talgo is the Spanish manufacturer whose variable gauge and articulated train set architecture defines its competitive identity. Their Avril platform is designed for exactly this speed range. Talgo has been expanding its European footprint: Saudi Arabia, France, and Germany. Poland would be Talgo's largest single contract in Central Europe. They are bidding alone, no Polish partner announced. Bidder 4, Pesa plus Hitachi Rail, consortium. This is the most structurally interesting bid. Pesa is Poland's largest domestic rolling stock manufacturer, based in Bydgoszcz. They have supplied trains to operators across Europe, but they have never built a true high-speed train, not at 320 km per hour. Hitachi Rail brings that capability. Their Frecciarossa 1000, built in partnership with Bombardier, now operating in Italy and expanding internationally, is certified at 400 km per hour, the fastest certified passenger train in Europe. The Pesa Hitachi Consortium represents the most complete response to Poland's local industrial requirement. Polish manufacturer in the lead, Japanese-Italian technology as the technical foundation. How will PKP Intercity evaluate these 4 bids? This is a competitive dialogue procedure, not a standard open tender. The distinction matters enormously. In a standard tender, you submit a compliant bid against a fixed specification, and the lowest price that meets the criteria wins, or the best price-quality ratio. In a competitive dialogue, the specification itself evolves during the process. PKP Intercity will sit with each of the 4 qualified bidders separately, discuss their proposed technical solutions, and iteratively refine what the final specification will require. The dialogue phase is planned to run longer than in any previous Polish rolling stock procurement. PKP Intercity was explicit about this. Technical complexity and expected market interest both cited as reasons. During the dialogue phase, bidders will be invited to propose additional technical and functional solutions beyond the stated minimum requirements. The winner will be the bidder who best shapes their solution to the evolved specification, not just the one who meets it. This means the competitive dialogue is where the contract is won or lost, not in the final bid submission. And the dialogue phase is running right now. 2 evaluation axes will determine the outcome: technical quality, platform maturity, speed certification evidence, multi-system capability, delivery risk profile. Industrial partnership, Polish content, local manufacturing, knowledge transfer, long-term maintenance commitment, facility investment in Poland. The second axis is where the shortlist's relative positions become interesting. Pesa Hitachi has the strongest local industrial position. Alstom has the strongest existing Polish manufacturing presence. Siemens lost its local partner. Talgo is the international challenger with no established Polish footprint. Let me give you the opportunity map and the 3 risks the market is underpricing. Opportunities. The prime contract is a closed competition, 4 bidders, dialogue running. If you are not one of the 4, you are not in the prime. But the supply chain behind the prime is entirely open. Whoever wins this contract will need traction systems, bogies, brake systems, ERTMS onboard units, passenger information systems, interior components, catering modules, power electronics, seats. A 200-meter train set at 320 kilometers per hour is an ecosystem of hundreds of suppliers. The winning manufacturer will be building a new depot in Poland, civil works, mechanical fit-out, maintenance tooling. All of this procurement follows the prime contract award. And alongside the PKP Intercity tender, PortPolska.KDP is launching its own procurement: Aero Express, Regional Express, different platforms, different operators, same Polish market. $2.37 billion total program value. Risk 1, the homologation timeline. 4 mandatory homologation countries from day 1: Poland, Germany, Czech Republic, Austria. Getting a new train certified across 4 different national frameworks within the delivery timeline is the single largest technical risk in this contract. The bidder who presents the most credible homologation roadmap will carry a structural evaluation advantage. Risk 2, the local content tension. Poland wants local industrial participation, but the technical bar, 320 kilometers per hour, multi-system, pan-European homologation, is a bar that no Polish manufacturer can clear alone. This creates a dependency. The Polish government needs foreign technology but wants Polish industry. Every bidder is navigating that tension differently. The one who resolves it most credibly wins. Risk 3, the PortPolska.KDP question. The operator market on the new CPK network is formally open. EU liberalization rules apply, but PKP Intercity is the only existing HSR operator in Poland. A new market entrant has no train paths, no maintenance network, no operational history. PortPolska.KDP's leasing model was designed to lower this barrier. Whether it works, whether genuine competition for operations materializes, determines whether the 40-train CPK fleet finds enough operators to fill it. Earlier, I promised you the factor that will determine the outcome, the one thing almost nobody is talking about. Here it is. The specification requires homologation in Poland, Germany, Czech Republic, and Austria from the moment of delivery. Not eventually, from delivery. Look at what that means for each bidder. Siemens Velaro, already certified and operating in Germany. Czech Republic and Austria, Velaro runs there. Poland, new certification required, but the platform is proven and the process is well understood. Siemens has the strongest existing homologation portfolio. Alstom Avelia, operating in France and Spain. German, Austrian, and Czech certification would require new processes, less proven multi-system track record at the specific voltage combinations Poland requires. Talgo Avril, certified in Spain and France, German certification in progress, Czech Republic and Austria not yet certified. The homologation gap is widest here. Pesa Hitachi. The Frecciarossa 1000 operates in Italy and is undergoing certification in the UK and France. Germany, Czech Republic, and Austria represent a significant certification program to execute in parallel with delivering a first-of-class train to a new market. The bidder with the shortest path to four-country homologation has a delivery risk advantage that the evaluation committee will weight heavily. On that single dimension, multi-country homologation readiness, Siemens enters this competition with the strongest existing position. The irony, the manufacturer who lost its local Polish partner may have the strongest technical argument. That tension, local content versus technical readiness, is the negotiation that the competitive dialogue will resolve. And that negotiation is happening right now, in Berlin at InnoTrans 2026.
Here is what to do now. Step 1. If you are a supplier to any of the four bidding manufacturers, this is the moment to have the conversation about your position in their supply chain proposal. The dialogue phase is live. Supply chain decisions are being made alongside it. Step 2. If you are a system supplier, integrator, or services firm, map your portfolio against the depot requirement. One of these four bidders will build a new maintenance facility in Poland. That is a procurement opportunity that opens the moment the prime contract is signed in August 2027. Step 3. Download the Poland CPK project briefing I've prepared for this video. Subscribe to Rail Compass, comment Poland below, and I'll DM you the link within 24 hours. Step 4. Subscribe and hit the bell. Next Thursday, I go deep on Rail Baltica. 870 kilometers of new standard gauge across 3 countries, a rolling stock tender live right now, and the security argument that is accelerating funding faster than any commercial case could. Poland's HSR decision will be made before the end of this year. The firms that understood the competitive landscape before that decision will be positioned. The rest will watch. I'll see you in the next video.